Alright. Had the channel long enough. Figured it's time. So I'm Panda Goblin 10K. This is just gonna be a little WrestleMania rant. Always love WWE. This video is definitely gonna suck. It's my first time ever doing any of this kind of stuff or shit, whatever you want to consider it. But we gonna get there together. Don't gotta blow up. I just think it's fun to talk about wrestling. Hope you guys, whoever sees this, enjoys talking about wrestling as much as I do. But yes, WrestleMania. Uh, stopped watching WWE for a while. Fell off for me. I kind of thought it was pretty boring. I was watching a lot of the NJPW and like Japanese wrestling stuff that was pretty interesting to me. The WWE was just lacking. WrestleMania 40 locked me in. I think it was probably like one of the greatest things I've seen. I was like, oh my god, like this is a change. This is a change for the better in not even the company, but the whole sport. It's just as popping as it was whenever you want to think. That's just always been such a big thing. But now we're back. It's a mainstream thing. Every time I open an app, no matter what it is, I get online and there's just WWE links everywhere. There's advertisements for it everywhere. Here we go. We're going into 41. I'm excited about this one. I've always been a Cena mark. Obviously, the main event. We got Cody Rhodes versus Cena. I think this match in ring by itself alone should be amazing. The two of them are just two top tier athletes. They both have like crazy work that they've done in the past. You can't even recall someone who's done either what these. Like Cody left. He left the company and started he started an enemy for the franchise and made that a whole franchise within its own. And he was still able to come back and bring that relevancy, which people could say he didn't, but he really did. Came back, brought the relevancy, brought the controversy of being an enemy that was created from home and coming back home still. But tonight, obviously, I'm recording this on the 31st. Raw was tonight. We had a Cena Cody Rhodes face to face. Cena got dropped. It's a little scary. I won't lie. The build up to it for me personally hasn't been too great. I think it's a little boring. I think the fact that it's two great names, you already know it's going to cook. And the fact that it is dynasty versus dynasty in all reality, it makes it even greater. But as of now, I don't know. The promos are good promos. I'm not going to say they're bad, but they don't get me as locked in as I think they normally would for a Cena promo or a Rhodes promo. And I think what that is I think they're telling John Cena to hold off. I think they're telling both of them to hold off a little bit. I think next week or the week right before Mania, I think that's when we'll hear the craziest stuff from the both of them regarding their match. So far, it kind of just seems like John Cena's crying because of them, which because of them used to always mean because of them, John Cena has an opportunity. Because of them, John Cena has a company to carry. Because of them being the WWE Universe, John Cena has a title to hold and people to support him. And now he's just turned on it. I get where he's coming from because of them, he's been invisible for the past 15 years, which is a pretty messed up joke, but yeah. So Cody, Cena, I think it's going to be a great match in ring. I think the story already alone itself is a good fucking story. I think Cena I want takes it, I'll say. I would prefer John Cena to win it. I think it would be beautiful if he actually walked out of WrestleMania with that 17th title and he really did leave as the last, like, real champion, as he says. That would be such a great story for John Cena to walk out on. Because then what does the WWE do? He's now done what CM Punk did. He took that title and he left. There's no need for him to be there. He's done everything he wants. Cody Rhodes winning it and defeating Cena, it would be just as great as storytelling. Because it's like the dude who's known for just pulling out that shovel, digging up a body bag, not a body bag, but digging up a hole, tossing a body in there and covering it back up. John Cena's known for it. For Cody Rhodes, of all people, for Stardust, of all people, to be the one to come back, dethrone Roman, which I personally could not stand, was that bloodline thing, Roman Reigns as a whole, I just cannot stand. So to see him be able to be that guy that destroys the reign of that, and then he goes and he proceeds to bury Cena himself, it would kind of just make for some great storytelling. It solidifies what Cody is himself as like a solid person in the WWE, or a name, a figure, a wrestler, a threat to anyone who wants to come for that title if he beats Cena at WrestleMania. I think that match should be great. Then we got this one. is probably one of the ones I've looked forward to the most. I did not think Roman would be involved in this. I do not like Roman. Having him in here does not bother me at all because it just adds to the storytelling. It sounds so beautiful. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, a match at Mania, and then you throw Roman Reigns in there, and it's like, holy crap! It's going full cycle. It's going straight back to when Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins first came into the company. They came in with Ambrose. They were the Shield, and it makes 13-year-old me super happy to know, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get this match. And then CM Punk in the build up to this has literally said a couple of times already, neither of them have beat him without the help of the other. Even as the Shield, neither of them were able to pull off a sneaky win over Punk. They had to get a little bit of assistance from the other. And it's great storytelling. And especially the fact that CM Punk and Seth Rollins both have their own issues in real life, whether you want to believe it or not, kayfabe or not, mark or not. It still does genuinely seem like Seth Rollins has an issue with CM Punk at its core. I don't think they like each other. I think CM Punk's kind of gotten over it. That's kind of the vibe that comes across. CM Punk realized he was acting goofy. Seth, I think, thinks Punk is just there to actually take down the whole company with himself after he gets upset. Either way, I think that would have been a great match alone at Mania. And then they added Roman at the Rumble. And oh my god, the whole sequence with Roman getting eliminated with Rollins and Punk being there and then Punk getting tossed was, oh, chef's kiss. I thought it was beauty. I was watching that Royal Rumble for home. I requested the day off of work just to watch the Royal Rumble. I thought it was great. And then Seth Rollins snapping on the both of them after the Royal Rumble eliminations was great. Because now Seth Rollins, all he really has to stand by is the fact that CM Punk doesn't deserve it. He did what he did. He's a enemy of the company, in all honesty. He's almost as bad as technically Seth could have made the same argument for Cody Rhodes in a crazier exact statement. But CM Punk is the one that said he was done with wrestling, came back to join the opposition, and then when the opposition let him go, he came back here. Now you got Rollins and Reigns, who are technically, to some extent, our only main roster in the company of WWE because of an idea. I'm not going to say I was backstage, but it seems like a mutual agreement is the fact that it was somewhat of Punk's input or idea to have the Shield be a stable, a formation in the company, and hence Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins get their opportunity to debut with Ambrose, and it clicks. It works like a fucking gem, and they do amazing stuff. All three of them go on to do amazing things. They've all been the world champion in WWE. Ambrose went off and did, honestly, kind of even greater things. He's kind of I think, I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I think he's a Grand Slam champ amongst companies. But Rollins, Punk, and Reigns are all here. It's really a match that I never thought in my entire life since Punk left that I would ever get to see is Punk and Rollins in a ring together. Those were the only two I had ever thought would be amazing when it came to the Shield versus Punk in any kind of way. I thought CM Punk, Seth Rollins, that's how you would have to end it. But here we are. We get the triple threat. Roman Reigns, I've said I don't like him. I know I haven't talked about him much. I'm not going to say he's bad. I know I can't wrestle like Roman Reigns can wrestle, but I think compared to a lot of people on the roster, Roman Reigns lacks what so many other superstars have, and that kind of upsets me. Going into Mania, I think having him in that match makes it an even better, triangle of confusion on what's going to go down, because Punk and Rollins have their own feud, yet Roman has a fair issue with the both of them. Punk took Reigns' chance at winning his title back. That was Reigns' chance. That was it. And he lost it because Punk eliminated him while he was with Rollins. And now you got to think about the fact that Reigns' his issue with Rollins is the fact that he hit him he didn't hit him. Let me correct myself. He tried to hit him again in the back with that chair at WrestleMania 40. Reigns catches him slipping. He tried to hit The Rock. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow. I've had a couple adult beverages. But that he was, as Rollins even said himself to Cody, he was Cody Rhodes' Shield. Therefore, going into this match, the only reason Reigns loses his title is because Seth Rollins was there to defend Cody. Rollins being Cody's Shield cost Roman his title, which, even if I don't like him, I can agree is a good grudge to hold. This person is the only reason. And Rollins isn't a good guy. Rollins is not a good guy. He never became a good guy, chat. He's always been an L person. He turned on the Shield. We have to keep this in mind. Rollins is the bad guy in the Shield. He always has been. He says CM Punk is a cancer to the company. Rollins is a cancer to it because he turned his back on the one group that gave us faith when we had the least amount possible. And all that happened from there was he got his title. A couple of people got their titles that we thought earned them. Kofi got a belt and lost it almost the very next night. It's almost disrespectful, honestly. But that only happens because Rollins turns his back on the Shield and goes and gives in. He sells out to being Plan B for Evolution, not defeating the Shield. I think that alone gives Roman enough beef to have with Rollins to cost him anything he wants. If that means that Rollins wants to win this feud with Punk and he doesn't get to do that because Roman's going to drag him out of that steel cage and choke him out and freaking hit him with a spear and a Superman punch, go to curb stomp him, I think that's a fair reaction. You just cost me my WrestleMania moment. Not only that, but you're the guy that cost me my title to begin with. You cost everything, ever. That's who Rollins is. So Roman has just as good of a bite in this match. And I think Roman even has a little bit of a storytelling with Punk of like, I'm only here because you kind of got me here. In which case, Roman is only at being one of the people who's held the title for the longest in the history of the company, history of the world. Because Punk gave him that little foot in the door. And that's a pretty great moment, in all honesty. I don't even have to like Roman or enjoy anything from him to acknowledge the fact that he is in a good scenario. He was brought in because of Punk. Seth Rollins cost him his title, then cost him his WrestleMania opportunity at getting his title back. And now Rollins wants to go and have a pissing match with this guy who was here 10 years ago. That's all he can remember. That's all Rollins can remember is 10 years ago, 10 years ago. That's who Roman has an issue with, which I think is totally fair. And you send him in there with Punk. You gave me this in, and here you are back. Guess what? I've done everything that I could have done. He kind of has. So, that match, I know I ranted about that, unlike the Cena Rhodes match, but this match is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most out of all of them, in all honesty. And then we got Bianca versus Io for the women's title. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say Bianca's bad. She's great in the ring. Io Sky is amazing in the ring. I love watching Io Sky, but I think the Io Sky main event is more of a you deserve it moment. And she really does. I'm glad, not a main event, but the WrestleMania moment that she deserves for sure. And I'm going to enjoy the fact that Io Sky is there. Bianca Belair, however, I'm not going to say she doesn't deserve it. They all deserve it. They've all worked so hard to get to where they are. But Bianca Belair is not who I want to see in that WrestleMania match with Io Sky. I'm not saying, oh, it should have been Rhea Ripley, but it's just something about the way that a lot of Bianca stuff is put across to me. And every time it comes off, it doesn't, there's no hype. I can never, even when I want to support Io or Bianca's side over whoever she's in a feud with, Bianca just seems like the downside of that feud, no matter what way it is. And then it comes to the stuff in the ring, even if it's a bad guy that's getting assistance, she wins on like really clownish, like Disney Channel foolish ways, and it's kind of annoying. But this match, I know this will be beautiful. I know the two of them can work together and make art in that ring. It'll be amazing. I don't think it'll be the match of the night. I have a couple of friends at work that watch WWE, and one of them told me he thinks this, if it was a triple threat, he thinks it would be match of the night. Rhea, Bianca, and Io. Personally, I don't want to see Rhea back in the main title picture for Mania. I don't think that's the right move right now, but I don't know if I want to see Rhea in the title run in general right now. I think she can kind of sit back and it's looking good. I want to see the rest of the women's roster. It's a really great roster. They did amazing at Elimination Chamber. I fell in love again with women's wrestling again because, oh my god, Elimination Chamber was beautiful. They did so great. But I think going into it, Io Sky wins. I think she retains over Belair at Mania. And I never called my prediction for Punk and Rollins and Reigns. I really do think CM Punk walks out of there after a couple of GTSs, and I think Punk walks out and he gets to main event and he gets to hold that main event win over the two of them for his career. But I think I'm calling Io here. I think it'll be a close, really, really close one, but I think Io wins it. And by a crazy happen chance, I think Jade and Naomi possibly cost either one of them. I feel like they possibly cost Belair the match at Mania in some kind of way. And we got Gunther and Jay, of course. This match, I have really no excitement for. Jay, I've always loved the Usos. Jay is a great wrestler in ring. He's gotten hyped. He's over like a crazy mofo. It's not who I want to see at Mania. That's just not. Gunther and Jay is just not a match that I think is gonna cook. I think they're both great in the ring, but we watched it on Saturday Night Live. What is it? Saturday Night Main Event, and it wasn't a great match. I just don't understand why they would have ever had that Saturday Night Main Event if the two of them were going to be at Mania against each other for the title. Because even now, the feud today, that's the most exciting thing is Gunther busted open Jimmy and handcuffed Jay to the, or zip tied Jay to the ropes. And it's not that crazy of a thing. There's no build up for it. I don't feel any excitement or hype for the fact that this is Gunther taking on Jay Uso. They've both finally got their WrestleMania moments, yet they're against two opponents that it kind of doesn't even make sense how they cross paths. It really does just feel like Jay was like, I'm not going after Cody. I'm going to go after the other person because I can't go after Cody. And like in that sense, why would you try so hard to win the Rumble? You won the Rumble to choose who you were going to fight. You chose Gunther. Like, I don't know. This match just doesn't seem, the build up for it doesn't seem good. I don't like the fact that they're making Gunther seem like a little freaking scaredy cat half the time. He's like running away from him. He's like the Miz in 2012, bro. Like, I don't understand why they would do that. But I really do think Gunther wins. I think they want all this hype around Jay to stay up until Mania. And I think right when it gets there, they're going to, guess what? Boom! Gunther's going to powerbomb him. He's going to pick him up, powerbomb him again, and he's going to put him in a chokehold, and he's going to go to sleep. I really do think that's how Mania ends for Jey Uso. He gets his Mania match, but I don't think he gets the title or the win. And if he does, I sincerely am going to kind of dislike having to hear yeet every 2 words while he goes on his rant on Monday Night Raw. Because the yeet stuff is really, it's a great thing to get over. He's got the crowd, but it's like, bro, that's it. That's all he's known for is the yeet. Like, I don't know, man. And then this one, Stratton versus Flair. I'm a Tiffy time mark. So I want Tiffy Stratton to walk in here, and I want her to dog walk Charlotte Flair and walk out of Mania with that title. I think she still does it. I think even though Charlotte Flair is herself, I don't even think Charlotte Flair should be there originally to begin with. I don't think Charlotte should have won Mania. It kind of bugs me that her of all people. We got a Alexa Bliss return, and we got Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. Like, come on, man. Alexa Bliss returns, and you have Charlotte win the Rumble. What are you doing, Hunter? But regardless, we get Tiffy and Charlotte. This match, the same thing. I'm not seeing any build-up at all. It kind of does just seem like it's like I'm a better than you. I'm better than you, actually. In which case, Tiffany Stratton is obviously better. So she should be winning this match. I want Tiffany to win it. I don't think it makes sense for Charlotte to win in any sense. But who knows? I really don't have much input for this match at all. I've only seen a couple of clips of their feud. But Tiffy is definitely seeming like the winner there. This is going to be a gem. Randy and Kevin Owens are going to fucking cook. Oh my goodness. Randy wants to pull that boot out and put it across someone's temples so bad. You have no idea. Since I was a kid and he stopped using that move, I've been waiting years and years and years to see him stand in that corner and grab those ropes behind his back like a psychopath and shake his head with freaking veins popping out everywhere and kick someone in the side of the skull. It looks like Kevin Owens might be the person that faces that fate. I think it'd be a great match. It's gonna be a great match. I know it's gonna be a great match. Ever since Kevin dropped Randy on his head, I was like, oh my god, this is a feud that's gonna start up. We literally had RKO going. until Cody Rhodes needed Randy's help. Like, think about that. Team RKO was a gem. That was a beauty. And now here we are with the two of them hating each other. Actually, it's just Randy hating Kevin. Kevin apologized. And Kevin had a right to be upset when Randy helped Cody. He really did. Cody is not a good guy either. He sided with the enemy because of what? Because the enemy had a bad guy? Like, what? The enemy was the enemy for a reason, bro. The enemy was an enemy because he squandered and talked down on your franchise and your legacy for so long. Just for you to be like, guess what? I beat you for your legacy. Now I'll help you save yours again. Like, what is this logic, man? What is this logic? But Kevin Owens always had a reason to be upset with Cody. Him attacking Randy was a little questionable, but he just apologized about it the other day. I believe it was SmackDown. He apologized to Randy, and I feel like Kevin actually meant that. He knows that his issue was not with Randy Orton, it was with Cody Rhodes. And now here we are with Randy Orton being upset, rightfully so, because he got dropped on his head. But he's upset because Kevin had a fair reaction. So, I mean, this match is going to be good. They both have equal part going into it. That just makes sense for both of them to want to fight each other. I think if Cena, this is where it gets complicated. Because if John Cena wins at Mania, I think he holds that title. If Cody Rhodes retains, I think his first feud, if Cody Rhodes retains, it's because Kevin Owens won. And Kevin Owens is going to be coming for that title again, and he's going to get it. And I believe that's what's going to happen. I don't think Randy beats Kevin Owens and then goes after Cody's belt. I really could not imagine that. Regardless of what Randy said recently, which is the fact that he's going to be coming for that title opportunity as soon as he can with Cody, I don't think that's the scenario that we go into. In which case, I think Kevin Owens wins this match, and I think he walks into it. No matter if it's whatever. I think Randy Orton takes a tough L here. I think he hits a million RKOs, and Kevin still wins. This match, I'm not crazy excited about it. I think it'll be great. The fact that the both of them are in ring. I don't like Logan Paul as a person. I think he's a pretty shit human. But the fact that like he's good in ring, I really can't knock it. He's trash on the mic. He sucks on the microphone. I can easily admit that. But the dude is great. Like we saw him do a double cross body, him and Ricochet across the freaking ring. Like that was amazing. I know a million people in my life, and like 20 of them can do something like that. You know what I mean? He hit that cross-body frog splash on Priest across the ladder at Money in the Bank. That I loved watching that. That was amazing. As soon as he hit that, I couldn't believe how much he would commit to a sport like this when he's already himself with millions to make. And AJ Styles is AJ Styles, bro. He's the phenomenal one. You can't seriously think you're going into Vegas and you're gonna I'm gonna just beat AJ Styles in a match. No, what do you mean, bro? AJ Styles beat the shit out of you, dude. And AJ Styles is the GOAT. I think it's easy to tell. I think Logan gives him a run for his money, but AJ Styles walks out of there. And I'll tell you what, if Logan Paul retires AJ Styles, I might have to quit watching WWE. Might even have to quit watching pro wrestling as a whole. There is no way I have to witness this dude who filmed a person unalived, because of themselves. I refuse to believe that kid turns into someone that dethrones AJ Styles' history. That's going to be heartbreaking. I think Styles walks out of there with a win, though. But yeah, that's it so far. Those are the confirmed matches. I know this video is going to be bad. I know I just rambled, but I'm going to just record this and upload it. Like I said, this is my first video on YouTube. I love wrestling. I hope you guys love wrestling as much as I do. I hope you guys love talking about wrestling as much as I do. If you enjoyed my stupid words, please like, subscribe, whatever the heck all these YouTubers say. Comment if you have any input. Let me know what you guys think about Mania. Let me know your guys' picks, actually. I want to know what you guys think. Whoever sees this, I want to know what y'all think is going to be the scenario coming out of 41. But yes, thank you very much. I'm glad you came by. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good life. Stay safe. It won't stop recording.